Previously on Animal Crossing, SlimKirby's Birthday Edition.
No, 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 no! No way. No freaking way. On my birthday? On my freaking birthday.
Wow. Really, game? It wasn't enough that you took my girlfriend from me last month, but you made the playthrough's biggest meme move away literally on my birthday? I swear, this game must have it out for me. The playthrough is not even technically half over yet, and I've already had two of the biggest blows ever with these random move-outs. Man, if Lily ever moves away, I'd need some serious therapy or something. But yeah, Ava67 is no more, and it's honestly a pretty big shame. Despite starting near the bottom of my favorites list at first, she had probably one of the most significant redemption arcs, and after Cherry moved away, although she wasn't at all considered a romantic interest, she could have easily been considered the face of this playthrough, and I'm really gonna miss her for it. Next time I do a pattern at the Able Sisters, I'm definitely gonna do something in her honor. But yeah, farewell Ava, it's been a lot of fun, and you've given me a lot of laughs and joy throughout these last few months. Also, shoutouts to Madame Wario for not only embracing this meme alongside me, but for also sending me an Ava67 plush she crocheted for me while watching these streams. I guess she just decided to move in alongside me or something, huh? Anyway, we do have Ava's replacement here already, but I'll be honest, I don't think she's going to be sticking around due to unfortunate circumstances. We have Betty, and she's a chicken, just like Ava. And after she moved out now, I just did not feel like it was the appropriate time for another chicken so soon. Just wasn't ready for another one, not to mention we're still trying to get more familiar with Rhoda too, another chicken. So I just kind of felt like this one needed to be re-rolled. Sorry to those who are wanting to see more of her, especially since this is apparently the only Animal Crossing game she's in, but Betty67 just didn't roll off the tongue very well, and I just wasn't interested. Getting back to my birthday, I have to say, even disregarding the whole Ava incident, I was honestly a little disappointed here because nothing really happened today. I got a birthday cake furniture item from my mom in the mail, which was nice, I guess, but literally every single villager in town acted like it was just a normal day, and didn't even call attention to my birthday, which is really weird, because I honestly thought there was something that was supposed to happen. It may just be a Mandela effect for the other Animal Crossing games, because I swear I remember one random villager coming to my house on my birthday to give me a gift all of those years ago when I played this game for the very first time, and I want to say that gift was the Donkey Kong NES game too. In addition to that, I remember a bunch of villagers writing me letters with gifts as well. Keep in mind though, this was back in 2002, literally 2 decades ago, so I could be misremembering, but I honestly don't know for sure. Could have also been a case where I came in too late in the day, which if that was the case, that's really stupid, but at this point, I just don't know. I guess that's the problem when you do a project in this fashion with a lot of calendar jumping around. You kind of miss out on those very specific timing details, and you could easily screw yourself out of something without even realizing. But yeah, was kind of an underwhelming birthday for me. Even my 35th birthday, which I experienced not too long ago in real time, was way more eventful and fun for me. I can still taste my mom's peanut butter birthday pie just thinking about it. Before I forget, there are 2 other things worth mentioning for today. For one, I did actually manage to build a perfect snowman for today, so I got my first snowman item, the Snowman TV. Makes me wonder what type of snowman shows you can watch on it. Also, for the next few days until New Year's, Tom Nook will have a festive candle and a festive flag furniture item for sale in his shop, so make sure you grab those for your catalog before the month ends. But yeah, that's about it. Let's continue on with finishing this last week and month of the year. Thursday, December 27th. Still reeling from the 2 big upsets of the previous day, the loss of Ava67 and a lackluster birthday, I try to move on so we can finish the rest of the month strong. I wouldn't say there is a lot going on today though. I did build another perfect snowman and got a snowman fridge as a reward. Also, when looking at this fridge, does anyone else get any Super Mario World Boo Buddy vibes from it, or is it just me? Portia also talks about having a romantic dinner date with her boyfriend, featuring the main components of ravioli and apple juice for the feast itself. I mean, I'm sure there are some people out there who might enjoy that combo. Separated, I think they're both fine, but definitely not two things that normally go together in my mind. I also see Wisp tonight as well, and we get rewarded with a grape shirt, one of Gracie's designs. It looks fine, but not really a shirt I see wearing long term. Friday, December 28th. On a day with Crazy Red coming to town, surprisingly none of my victories were with him. He didn't have anything new or interesting, likely because of my massive buyouts on sale day, and as a result, he didn't really get any of my business today. Two characters that did get my business, however, were Lily and Cookie, who not only helped me complete 2 furniture sets today, but the 2 furniture sets I had actually tried to collect previously to feature in my house, the Cabana and the Ranch series. Guess it goes to show you that the sneaky fox salesman is not always going to be the MVP when it comes to rare and exotic wares. Also, Cookie's reward actually stemmed from a favor I was doing for Curly, who I noticed has been really fixated on Cookie lately. Seems like a lot of his conversations and requests have involved her in some way. I think our pig friend has a little crush on the girl, huh? Also, for the 3rd day in a row, I completed the perfect snowman and got a snowman dresser this time. Doing pretty well with these, I must say. Saturday, December 29th. I went to the police station to find out who my next visitor would be. You know, typical Slim behavior. And was surprised to learn that Crazy Red was somehow supposed to be coming back already, despite the fact that he came yesterday. I mean, I'm definitely not complaining about that prospect, but I just found it incredibly strange, because usually Red is not that active, to the point where he comes twice in a row, and he was supposed to come back during what's supposed to be a holiday event, so I just found this incredibly suspect. Well, it's only 2 days away, so we'll see what happens. The rest of the day was pretty uneventful, though. I got a letter from Weber who said that he played roller skating with Caesar, which, the fact that it was Caesar aside, I don't know how you could play roller skating. Rather, it was something you could, perform. I also got another snowman item again, this time the snowman chair. Honestly, pretty pumped that I'm already 1/3 done with the series. These perfect snowmen are not easy to do, and I've been getting incredibly lucky here. Also, for the last music night of the year, I decided to make my town tune an ultimate classic. Name that tune. And our randomly generated song by KK Slider this week was none other than KK Parade. Sunday, December 30th. Another very quick day, but with the next evening's events on the horizon, I think that can justify the short visit here. The price of turnips was actually pretty low today, so I did a bit of splurging. I also failed making the perfect snowman for today after 4 days of getting it perfectly, but as I've said before, it's a lot harder to do than you think it would be, and honestly I'm surprised I got it right so many times before this. I also got a letter back from Curly today. I tried to give him some advice about trying to hit it off with Cookie, but he didn't really seem to be that receptive to it. In fact, he kind of insulted her house in the process. I know you're a pig dude, but you don't have to be so sloppy with your smoothness. Perhaps working on this game with the ladies could be his New Year's resolution or something. Monday, December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody! But before we get to those festivities, obviously we have some dailies to get through first. Not to mention, we do have Crazy Red today as well, or at least I thought we were supposed to have Crazy Red today, but he didn't show up for some reason, despite the fact that it clearly said December 31st the other day when I got the initial notice. Maybe the fact that it's a holiday that spans 2 different days after all, interferes with Red's spawn rate or something, but I honestly have no idea. Thankfully, Copper told us that he'll come back on January 2nd though, so it's only a delay and not a complete flake on us. Oh yeah, it's also the last day of the month, which means it's raffle time. This time we had 2 items that weren't in our catalog yet, so obviously those will be my targets for the day.
Unfortunately, though, I was not having very good luck getting the items I needed. I did keep getting the third item, though, which again, obviously I didn't need since it was already in my catalog. I ended up seeing Mr. Rossetti twice today because of this, and he was obviously not very happy with me, but he's never happy, so that's not really a surprise. I wasn't too happy today either because I failed the perfect snowman again, and Maddie also clearly woke up on the wrong side of the doggy bed today, because she was nasty to me in a letter that she sent. We discovered that the reasoning for her attitude, though, was because I accidentally sent her a blank letter without writing anything. Which, yeah, that is kind of suspect, but still feels kind of unwarranted to me. I don't know. Although, I suspect that Maddie has a crush on me, so sending her a letter with nothing written was probably a dream destroyed in her eyes. After finishing with that stuff, I decided to move time forwards to the New Year's Eve celebration. Much like the harvest moon and meteor shower, Tortimer and some of your animal buddies will be waiting in the Lake District with a giant countdown board in preparation for the new year to come. If you talk to Tortimer, he'll give you a noisemaker, a furniture item that you can surprisingly not interact with, wasted opportunity, and as you wait in the acre, one of your neighbors will continuously keep you up to date with when the day is supposed to switch over. It's kinda cool, not gonna lie, but it's really no different than the other events we've had here before. It is cool seeing all the neighbors partying, though. Valise was once again doing the Mama V shuffle, and I don't know, for some reason it looked like Jeremiah had a mustache or something, but I think it was just the lighting. Then, when the clock switches midnight, fireworks start going off, and we take our first steps into the year 2008. Wow, I can't believe we've been through about half a year here in Popstar. It is a shame that we'll be heading into the new year girlfriendless and without a silly numbered shirt meme, but trust me, we have plenty of time for things to change and develop over the next 6 months. So let's not forget that it's not how a year starts, but rather how it finishes, as we head into the month of January. On the subject of January, I really only have one major goal for this month in question, and that's to create a second town that I can visit and finally get those remaining 2 pondfish that have eluded me for so long. Not to mention, there are some other features of having another town to visit that I could potentially show off as well. So yeah, I definitely had some things planned here. Also, this will be the last month that I try getting the orange through normal means. Part of me is hoping that my new town will have oranges as the town fruit, but I know that is most certainly not a guarantee. Basically, if I don't get it by the start of February, I will be taking some very drastic actions to force the fruit into my possession. How? Well, you'll find out later regardless of whether I get it or not, so just be patient and all will be revealed very soon. Tuesday, January 1st, 2008. Don't worry, I'm not going to say 2008 every single time, but thought it would be a good way to bring in the new year with that acknowledgement at least. Anyway, welcome to the second part of New Year's, the actual first day of the new year. From 6 a.m. until 11 a.m., head down to the Wishing Well to meet with Tortimer. He won't give you any special event items this time, but he will hand you an organizer, one of the diary calendar items. However, I completed getting all these items for the catalog a little while ago, so this wasn't that relevant of an acquisition for me. That's not all that can happen on this day though, as you can also make your own individual wish at the fountain as well to celebrate the new year with your own resolution. This is purely just a feature added for personal charm, and doesn't actually affect anything in-game, but it's a nice little touch. Katrina also happens to be in town as well, and she will give you a fortune for a normalized price of 50 bells. I think her fortunes actually work in the same manner as they normally would too, because during the day I was having some nice success with my usual bell farming spots, getting 30,000 bells from the dig spot and increased output from the money rock as well. It's also worth mentioning that the fortunes Katrina will give you will also be on fortune paper, a stationery that you can't actually buy or order from the catalog, yet is still technically a catalog item, which means getting these fortunes is the only way for it to appear in the catalog, thus also part of completing the catalog. The same actually goes for the stationery that your mom uses in your New Year's letter as well, which, yeah, make sure you check your mail today too, not just to add that stationery to your catalog, but also because she sends 10,000 bells, making this a very nice money-making day so far, despite not really doing anything or needing that money anyway. And funnily enough, these 2 pieces of stationery were actually the last 2 I needed to complete that section in the catalog, meaning I now have a star mark on that page of the database. Pretty cool, I must say, even though it is only paper. Now, we just need Sahara to come one last time so we can complete the carpet catalog as well. Also, before I forget, since I am technically talking about Nook's shop, one of the wikis online said that Nook is supposed to be selling mystery grab bags today for 2,000 bells, as long as your shop is upgraded beyond Nook's Cranny, which it definitely is. However, I didn't see any mystery bags today, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. Maybe someone else could provide some additional information or clarification on that, but I don't really know personally. As far as other interesting happenings are concerned, I once again failed the perfect snowman, of course, and Gulliver also showed back up today and actually managed to get me something new in the form of the tribal mask, which some of my stream viewers referred to that as the Aku Aku mask. Guess they've had Crash Bandicoot on the mind or something. Finally, I went back to Copper to confirm that Crazy Red was still coming tomorrow, and was once again sidewinded by the fact that although we were still getting a special visitor on the next day, it actually wasn't going to be Red after all, but rather Gracie instead. Seriously, what is up with that fox though? Why does he seem to be trying to avoid our town lately? Not sure if the holidays just confused him, or maybe my game encountered some kind of glitch, but either way, I was a little disappointed by this turn of events, because I definitely wanted to try and get some new stuff if I could. Oh well, at least I can get some new outfits, I guess. Wednesday, January 2nd. Today I easily had the most questionable letter from my mom. She sent some strange letters, some wholesome letters, and some letters that are just plain silly, but today really took the cake when she wrote that she was reminded of me after making the worst pot of coffee she had ever had. I think she was implying that her thinking of me was what caused the coffee to be bad, but I could easily see this being interpreted as her almost comparing me to the pot of coffee, and if so, that's incredibly dark and mean-spirited for this game, so it's probably the other thing. But still, not the best word choices here. Anyway, today I visit Gracie, not Red, and get a new outfit, the leopard print, which is really similar to the tiger print we got the first time we saw Gracie, just with a leopard style instead of a tiger one. I prefer the tiger one personally, but this one still looked pretty neat. Also, in a feature that's very similar to the camping villagers in summer, some of the villagers in your town will start camping out in igloos during the winter around this time. Usually one villager will be in an igloo every day, and if you talk to them for a while, you can play some games with them to get some furniture items, or trade your own for some bells or even other furniture items. There are also a couple of different igloo-specific items that you can only get in this fashion. However, I would only recommend going for them when you have normal villagers camping out, or in my case, Lily, Dina, or Betty/Ava. I'll explain why later, but it's the easiest way to get the igloo-specific items through them, as opposed to the other personality types. Valise was the one camping today, and although I did try, I didn't get anything amazing from her. Aside from that, once again, we had another snowman failure. This time mainly due to the fact that I just couldn't find the other snowball. If it didn't take so long to search for the entire town, I would have probably kept looking, but I spent way too much time on it, and it just didn't seem worth it today. Someone also buried a painting in town today too, but unfortunately I already had the Danny paintings, so it looks like we are still looking for 3 more pieces of artwork. Thursday, January 3rd. Another low-key day, but admittedly this did kind of happen when I was experiencing a bit of burnout with the project. I mean, we're still not technically at the halfway point exactly, and I was doing 2, sometimes 3 streams of this per week, so just the fact that I was still pressing on to even this ability is still kind of a testament to my own dedication. Anyway, I did finally make a perfect snowman again, after that rather annoying streak of failures. Of course, this is only item 5 of 12, so I still have a bit to go. Curly asked us to write him a letter, or at least implied that was what he wanted from us, so I really decided to phone it in today. Heck, this was probably even less original than the frog fact letter I sent to Lily about a month ago. I also like how I just randomly wrote letter at the end, just to really emphasize that unoriginality. And on the subject of letters, we got a letter back from Ricky, which honestly wasn't too bad, although he did say bye like twice at the end of it. I had a Wisp session tonight as well, and he finally decided to give one of the many Gyroid items we still have to get. I have kind of a fear that by the end of this year's cycle, Wisp will exclusively be our Gyroid distributor, because as I stated before, there are many Gyroid items to obtain, and even though we can't expect plenty of rain and snow, duplicates are also a thing. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. There's still a lot of clothes and furniture to acquire too, but at least with those, we can use shop passwords to manipulate those into existence, something that you can't do with the Gyroids, unfortunately. So yeah, that's it for the day. Honestly, probably not as dull a day as I initially hinted at. I just remember not really knowing what to talk about during this session. I do remember having a very iconic take on the whole pineapple on pizza debate, though.
I've had pineapple on pizza before. It's fine. It's literally just, hey, it's pineapple on pizza. That's all it is. It shouldn't be controversial. If you want to put pineapple on your damn pizza, put pineapple on your damn pizza. If you don't want pineapple on your damn pizza, then don't put pineapple on your damn pizza. It's really that simple, and that's what's frustrating.
Friday, January 4th. Another quick day, but another perfect snowman. Thanks for the snowman table, you frosty friend of mine. And hey, we're halfway done with the series now. I also wrote Maddie a letter to apologize for the blank letter fiasco from the other day. Did she overact? Sure, but you know me. I'm always about clearing the air with my furry little fuzzball friendos. That's about all I had for this day, though. Thankfully, we should get a new neighbor tomorrow, so that should be exciting at least. Saturday, January 5th. So long, Betty, you completely underwhelming Ava replacement. Honestly, Betty was probably not that bad. Her timing was just incredibly not ideal, being literally another chicken following up Ava's tenure. I think if she was a different animal, I may have been a little more interested in keeping her around a little longer. Anyway, we got a new normal personality to meet today, and I was actually surprised to see that it was Coco the Rabbit. Coco is unique, in that she's what I would consider an organic villager. Basically a villager that physically seems less natural than the other villagers of the same species. In Coco's case, it's because she has the face of a gyroid. One of my favorite organic villagers would probably have to be Ribbot, the robotic frog, so I'll be praying that we get him at some point. Although the jocks seem to have a habit of not wanting to move from my town for whatever reason, so who knows if we'll ever even have that shakeup. Anyway, Coco seems nice and interesting enough to keep around, so I think I'll give her a chance here. I wouldn't say today was incredibly noteworthy, though. We got another perfect snowman, Wendell visited to give us another new wallpaper, we played games with Jeremiah in the igloo. I guess one thing that was noteworthy was that Ricky painted her house black today, and after he let us know, he couldn't look us straight in the eye about it.
Ricky. You painted my roof? Ricky? Ricky, you're not looking at me. Ricky? You can't avoid this conversation.
Come on, Ricky. I at least expected a little better out of you here. Also, because it's Saturday, naturally we have some music things to do. This week's town tune was a little ditty that you may be familiar with if you're an old school gamer as old as I am. Name that tune. And for KK Slider today, we listen to the sounds of KK Folk. Sunday, January 6th. Another Sunday with me not buying turnips. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll purchase them again at some point, but the drive just hasn't been with me lately. Honestly, so far in this new year, there really hasn't been a lot driving me forward in general. I'm gonna need to find some kind of task to help keep me occupied here. Otherwise, these last 6 months are gonna be pretty dull and quick. At least the snowman building is giving me something to do, which I did get another perfect one built today, and it's been fun going to the igloo every day to meet up with my villagers and play some interesting item games. Although, Maddie did try to take all of my money today, and then made a remark where I'm convinced she wanted to put me in her potato chowder and eat me. I mean, I've suspected she's had a crush on me for a while now, but this might be overdoing it a bit, huh? Monday, January 7th. Not a very interesting day today, unfortunately, highlighted even more by the fact that I failed to make another perfect snowman. I swear, failing this process is not fun, especially when you aren't even sure if you can get duplicate items from this quest either. I'm surprised and thankful we haven't yet, but this close to the finish line, I really hope the game doesn't decide to do out of nowhere. For the rest of the day, I just focus on talking to neighbors and doing neighborly tasks. Cookie was the igloo villager today, but since she's a peppy villager, it really isn't much different from what I dealt with Maddie yesterday. Curly was on task to giving us fruit, but decided to go with a peach at the last minute instead of what I really want, an orange. Rhoda sent us a nice bus stop item in the mail today, but then when we talked to her later, she immediately wanted it back for her beautifying pop star campaign. Come on, Rhoda, no take backsies, please. And finally, Ricky was wearing a dress for some reason. I mean, I'm not judging if he wants to wear a dress or anything, but you have to admit, wearing it outside in the middle of winter in January with snow on the ground is probably not ideal temperature conditions for that kind of outfit, Ricky. Come on now. Tuesday, January 8th. On a day that seems just as low-key as the rest of the days around it, I will say that we achieved a pretty significant milestone today. First of all, Sahara was in town, and I decided to take the liberty of getting the remaining carpets I haven't gotten from her yet. I only had 2 left, so the RNG had to play a little nice, but thankfully getting her inventory is pretty exploitable. So after several cycles, I finally got her remaining carpets into my catalog. I also did the perfect snowman today, and was very nicely and appropriately awarded with the snowman carpet as well. And with these 3 acquisitions, my catalog checklist for carpets was finally empty. However, I went to Tom Nook's, and when I looked at the carpet catalog, it still said I was missing something. After checking online, I found the reason for this, and it's because the catalog also apparently counts a specific carpet that you can only get through promotional game passwords, the block flooring, which is apparently a carpet that resembles the ground tiles from Super Mario Bros., which is kind of cool. Thankfully, though, the internet is ripe with this kind of information, and after a bit of searching, I found the secret password, and after typing it in for Tom Nook, he rewards me with the final carpet of the game. Apparently, this was an old Nintendo Power promotional password that you could get in the 173rd issue of the magazine, so shoutouts to Nintendo Power, I guess. And hey, since it's relevant and I should probably cross-promote my content sometimes, I should mention that I'm currently doing a Nintendo Power read-through on my Twitch channel, where sometimes I look through old Nintendo Power issues to relive the nostalgia of being a retro Nintendo gamer. I don't have any scheduled times where I do this. I mainly only do it after I finish a randomizer seed, or if I finish a game I'm currently playing through. But if you want to check out any of the sessions I've done so far, be sure to check out my Twitch archive channel on YouTube, where you can find VODs of all the streams I've done for this series so far. But yeah, after checking the catalog again, we get the star next to our carpet totals, which means we've gotten every carpet in the game. Hooray! Also, 67 carpets. Really? Dang, I miss Ava 67. Tonight was also a Wisp session as well, and even though I had some difficulty finding him, and the last spirit as well, we managed to help him out once again, and this time he rewarded us with a blue table, which is actually a crazy red item, so that was kind of neat. That will do it for another Animal Crossing episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Reminder that you can find links in the video description for the unedited recording sessions of this playthrough, as well as individual links to the streams in particular that featured the days covered in this episode summary. Until we meet again, this has been SlimKirby, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, folks.